Hey, everybody, welcome to Hearing God in Luke chapter 7. And at the beginning of this chapter, there's the wonderful story about a Roman centurion with a sick servant. And a Roman centurion was a man of great earthly stature. He was a soldier in charge of 100 men. And obviously, this Roman centurion cared very much about his sick servant who was near death because he approached the Jewish officials and wanted them to seek out Jesus on his behalf for healing of this servant. And then there's some interesting wording in verse 4 when those officials approached Jesus. They came to Jesus, they pleaded with him earnestly, saying, "He is worthy to have you do this for him. For he loves our nation, and he is the one who built us our synagogue." So, by earthly standards, this Roman centurion was a man of significance. He was held in high esteem. He was a man of authority, and he was also looked well upon by the Jews because of what he had done for them. And then it says in verse 6, "And Jesus went with them. When he was not far from the house, the centurion sent friends, saying to him, 'Lord, do not trouble yourself, for I am not worthy to have you come under my roof.'" And I love this so very much because it demonstrates the kind of heart that God honors, a heart of humility. In my discipleship group recently, we were talking about the Beatitude where Jesus said, "Blessed are the poor in spirit." And we were talking about what does it mean to be poor in spirit. And I believe that this centurion does a wonderful job of exemplifying what it means to be poor in spirit. When we're poor in spirit, we recognize that as human beings, we are but made of dust, and that also we are sinful in contrast to a holy, holy, holy God. And so when we put ourselves rightfully next to God and who he is, we recognize that we have nothing to contribute to our salvation. We owe him everything. And so, like the centurion, we come to a place where we say, "Oh, I'm not worthy." And we recognize that every good thing in our lives is a gift of God's grace. It is not something that we have earned. It is not something that we are entitled to. It's not something that we deserve. But we are so absolutely overwhelmed by the graciousness of our God who gives us anything good. Because truly, if we receive what we deserve in our sinfulness as his creatures who have rebelled against him, we would only deserve his judgment and his wrath. But he has given us something far, far greater, which is his compassion, his mercy, his grace, and sending his son Jesus to die for us. And so somehow it seems like this Roman centurion, he gets it. He gets it. But by way of application, I just have to say so many times in my life, I don't get it. And I can slide into that mentality of thinking that somehow I deserve what I have, or even that I should have more. I deserve to have more. I'm entitled to have more. And so I need scriptures like this with the examples of the example of the centurion, which helps me to stay grounded and to say, "Hey, whoa, back up. You're a human being, which means that you are ultimately made of dust. You are frail, you are weak, you are sinful, you have committed cosmic treason against the God of the universe, and so you deserve nothing good. It is only by God in his grace and his mercy that he has given us anything good. And truthfully, when I look at my own life and all of our lives, we've been given so, so very much. And so, by way of response, Father, please cultivate within me the humility of this centurion. Keep me grounded like him. Thank you for the many, many, many blessings in my life that I absolutely do not deserve. I worship you. And so hopefully this finds you at a place today where you have the heart of the centurion, recognizing that, oh, we deserve nothing but God's wrath and judgment, but he's given us so much more. He's given us his grace and his mercy and the free gift of eternal life through his son, Jesus Christ. And so be blessed today. Look forward to joining you again soon for Luke chapter 8.